Hi friends, Mindy here. I have a different sort of video today. I'm going to be doing a review of this Bible. This is the Simplified King James Version. This is put out by Barbour Publishing. If you have been around my channel at all or follow me on Instagram, you know that my preferred version of the Bible is King James Version. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but it is my particular favorite. I just grew up with it, and so it's what's most familiar and whatever. But anyway, when I saw this, I really wanted to try this out. So basically, it's not, they haven't updated the translation. They've just updated some of the verb syntax and different things like that. So the kind of outdated verb styles have been refreshed. So instead of like saying he gavest, whatever, it's he gave. And the old forms of address, thou and whatever, ye, have been changed to you. Some confusing older terms have been updated. Also says that quotation marks have been added. Longer sentences have been shortened with modern punctuation, and paragraphs are added. There's also quotation marks. This is also a red letter version. So I just thought I would show you a little tour of this Bible. You can see it's a red letter version. So you can also see it's not technically a journaling Bible, but there are, I think these are about 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 margin. So you could definitely take notes in there. I would just caution because the pages are pretty thin, but so be, careful if you're going to take notes in it or whatever. But there is a dictionary and concordance in the back. We also saw there are some maps as well. But one of the things too is it actually gives all of the revised things from this process. So you can kind of see everything that they have updated, which I thought was really a neat thing to include. And the version that I got is called the Wildflower Medley. I think that's what it's called. Let me see. Yes, Wildflower Medley. I think there is another cover style as well. There is a ribbon bookmark in it here. And one of the things, that I do like about it is that there are quotation marks. That just kind of makes it easier. And then the way that the paragraphs are kind of set up. So I know that there are some like single column Bibles where everything just kind of runs together. And they do that in some cases, and in other cases, it's kind of separated into paragraphs. And so it's just really interesting. Like you can kind of see here, there's a couple verses in this paragraph, and then it moves to the next paragraph. And then you can kind of see, I'll show you in Genesis. It might be the easiest to kind of explain. And there is like an introduction to Genesis, the author, the occasion, that kind of stuff. So there is good information. It's not a study Bible either. It really is just a Bible with updated syntax a little bit. And so, but like here in Genesis 1, when we're talking about the days of creation, it kind of splits those days, everything about those days, into a paragraph. So if it's talking about, the third day, all of the third day information is in one paragraph. So that's just kind of how it's laid out in terms of I keep wanting to say typeset, but that's not the right word. But the format of the paragraphs. And so it's just going to be really interesting. I've read through, I've kind of been going through, and I'll read out of my traditional King James and then kind of compare it. And it's just slightly just easier to read. So if you like the King James Version but kind of get hung up on the these and the thous and the giveth and taketh and all of those kinds of things, those things have been updated. So I just wanted to share this because I was actually really excited about it. It was I want to say $35, I think. And again, this is from Barbour Publishing. Now, one of the things I will say about the pages is, I know, historically Bible pages are thin, but these just feel really, really thin to me. And I don't know if that's because the other Barbour Bible that I have has really thick pages. Like, they're really thick. And so these just seem super thin. You can kind of see there is a little shadowing from the page behind it. So like I said, you could definitely take notes or whatever in the margins, but it's not really made to be a journaling Bible that as far as I understand it. But I will say, like, in comparison to, this is actually my very first journaling Bible, and it's my favorite one, and I don't use it very often because it was filling up really fast, and I wanted to be able to keep using it. So I'd add, you know, an entry here or there. And again, this was my very first one. So you can see the pages are nice and bright white, but they're actually like, they're pretty thick for a journaling Bible, and they're lined and everything. So once in a while, you know, I do entries in here. But it was getting really, really full really fast. And so this one is just really special to me because it was my first one. My husband bought it for me. So, this is the one that, like, in my videos, you always see this kind of sitting off of my desk or whatever. So again, this is not really a study Bible. I don't know that it's necessarily a journaling Bible. I may try and do a few things in here and just kind of see what happens. But it is also a hardback Bible. So, and it's, I mean, comparatively, you know, it's not very thick. It doesn't feel like it's a huge cumbersome Bible to have around. And I love the cover. I think the cover is so beautiful. Well, both covers were really beautiful, but and then again, you can see in here where the you have the red letter edition too, which is something that I really enjoy. I know, again, you know, some of those things are just really kind of personal preferences, what you're looking for in a Bible. But I just thought I would show this to you in case you haven't seen it. There's plenty of information in here. And again, you know, not a lot has changed in terms of translation. So they didn't change words other than maybe updating some really kind of out of date ones. But it's really kind of just, they tried to keep as much as they could for accuracy and cadence and stuff like that. They tried to keep it the same. It's just more in kind of a format that we would recognize in terms of the typography and all of those kinds of things. So it's a good size. The font is good. I don't really know. I don't think I saw anywhere what the font size was, but it's very readable and everything. So anyway, I just thought I would share that with you. I'm really excited actually about this Bible. So I just wanted to share that. I know that there are other King James Version lovers out there, so I thought maybe you would like to see that. There is a dedication page too if you wanted to give this as a gift. I just can't get to it, but there is a dedication page, of course. And then your table of contents, you know, your typical things. There's some information about how they updated it, and then it just goes right into the verses. So again, not a lot of study type things in it, but then that, you know, would just make the book really, really large. So anyway, if you liked this video, I would really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. That just helps other people find my channel. Let me know what you think, what your preferred version is of the Bible, what you think of, you know, one that's just been updated slightly into some modern language. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, bye.